Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At the Precipice house, Steffi, Ridge, and Eric continue agitating the situation with Carter and Hope. They agree not to step bottom in the place until they get it back. Eric wonders how he hopes to run a fashion house. Ridge snarks that it's not a fashion house, it's a global luxury brand. Is that what he called it? Eric says it's a travesty. Steffi says Hope's influence destroyed Carter and now it could ruin the business. They reappraisal Carter and Hope polling achievement. Ridge says it won't last. He can't run the company without them. They go over Carter and Hope being on their own. Ridge says Carter sees it as a business, but it's actually a community of artists. However, you need alleviation and a leader with a vision and passion, if you want to run a fashion house. Carter can't run the company on his own. In the main office at Forrester, Carter tells Hope her mama would be amazing as the CEO of the company. He thinks it's perfect since she's run the company ahead. Hope prodigies if she accepts. What does that mean for her relationship with Ridge? Carter can understand her enterprises, given Ridge hasn't replied well to any of this, but he has to do what's stylish for the company. Hope agrees that her mama is the stylish person for the job. She wants this, but it's a certainty that it'll beget problems. At the Precipice house, Steffi, Ridge, and Eric continue agitating the situation with Carter and Hope. They agree not to step bottom in the place until they get it back. Eric wonders how he hopes to run a fashion house. Ridge snarks that it's not a fashion house, it's a global luxury brand. Is that what he called it? Eric says it's a travesty. Steffi says Hope's influence destroyed Carter and now it could ruin the business. They reappraisal Carter and Hope polling achievement. Ridge says it won't last. He can't run the company without them. They go over Carter and Hope being on their own. Ridge says Carter sees it as a business, but it's actually a community of artists. However, you need alleviation and a leader with a vision and passion, if you want to run a fashion house. Carter can't run the company on his own. In the main office at Forrester, Carter tells Hope her mama would be amazing as the CEO of the company. He thinks it's perfect since she's run the company ahead. Hope prodigies if she accepts. What does that mean for her relationship with Ridge? Carter can understand her enterprises, given Ridge hasn't replied well to any of this, but he has to do what's stylish for the company. Hope agrees that her mama is the stylish person for the job. She wants this, but it's a certainty that it'll beget problems. At Il Giardino, Remy looks at his work on his phone and flashes to Electra. He muses, "Your world is about to unravel, and I'll be there to pick up the pieces again." Will ambles in and Remy asks if he's there to pick up pizza. Will raspberries, "No, I'm then to see you, Remy." Let's talk about Electra. Remy says he knows her better than anyone. Will wants to explain commodity. Electra is happy. She's happy working at Forrester. So, be the Joe she thinks you're and don't mess this up. Remy acts outraged at the idea that he'd mess effects up for Electra. Will says she's talented and can have a long career at Forrester. I don't want anything to change that. It's her future. However, you're going to answer to me if you do anything to mess that up. Brooke joins Carter and Hope in the main office, wanting to talk to them. Carter says it's good timing he has an offer for her. In the design office, Ivy asks Katie to be honest with her. Did Carter tell her to fire Electra? Katie has the capability to handle these effects on her own. Ivy argues that her bastard loves Forrester. Katie goes on about it being the wrong time to have her at the company. Ivy realizes there's a reason she wouldn't tell her the verity right now, but warns that Electra and Will have gotten really near. Good luck explaining this to her son. In the salon, Electra returns and Will asks her not to be worried, but he went to see Remy. As he goes on about how wrong it was for him to show up there and says he needs to admire that she's trying to make a name for herself in the fashion world, Electra breaks down crying. Will asks, "What's wrong, Electra?" She sobs, "I was let go from Forrester." Will, "I was fired." At the Precipice house, Eric has gone, and Steffi tells Ridge she hates this for Granddad. They wish they'd looked closer at the papers and lament trusting Carter. Ridge thinks it's only a matter of time before effects start to fall piecemeal over there. In the main office, Brooke tells Carter and Hope that with everything going on, she and Katie allowed. They'd handle Electra's departure as snappily and discreetly as possible. Hope gops, "You fired her?" "We just told her the jewelry line is safe." Brooke says they still have Ivy. Carter thanks Brooke for handling it. Hope still can't understand Electra was adored there. Carter is thankful for Brooke's decision, timber. It's the mark of a seasoned superintendent. He announces he's going to need a new CEO. Brooke asks if he has someone in mind. Carter smiles, "As a matter of fact, I do." In the design office, Katie tells Ivy she knows Will cares for her, but questions how well they really know her. In the salon, Will is dumbstruck over Electra's news. He allowed. The jewelry line was safe. Electra says it's not the line, it's her. They let her go, and wouldn't tell her why. She loves working on the collection, and this feels like home. Will says it's home. Electra heartbreaks that she's felt happier and further secure there than she has in times. Now it's just gone, and they wouldn't indeed tell me why. How could this be? In Remy's room, he sits down in front of his laptop and the screen is full of prints of Electra. He says he's sorry, but she'll thank him. At the Precipice house, Steffi tells Ridge that Carter can hire the right people. Ridge doesn't suppose anyone will work with someone who stole their company from them. Hope's an idiot who drove her own line into the ground, she can't help. Carter wants to show them that he can do this, but he can't, not on his own. He wouldn't find anyone to help him move the company forward. In the main office, Carter declares that to be successful, they need the right people at the top. He can't run the day-to-day. The person he has in mind is further than good. Hope walls that it does come with complications. Carter needs a proven name at Forrester. Brooke doesn't agree with the preemption, but she wants to see the company thrive. Who are you allowing of? Someone from outside the company? Carter thinks it's important that the leadership comes from within. He reminds her she's run Forrester ahead. I suppose you can again. It's you. It's you, Brooke. You're the CEO I want. Her leadership will shoot a communication that commodity new and instigative is passing there. Hope agrees she's the perfect person. Carter implores her to say yes to being their CEO. Liam lately participated some great news with his suckers. On Instagram, Clifton verified his return to the plant and joked about what Liam's been over to during his time off screen. Veritably happy to be back at the office moment, Clifton said in his post. Obviously, Liam's been down at a veritably precious tree-hugging, vegan granola yoga retreat. Clifton included a little follow-up information in an Instagram story as well. It turns out Clifton's real-life love had a lot to say about the expression he was sporting in the print he participated. Although Scott Clifton didn't unmask any details about what's ahead for Liam Spencer, numerous observers are hoping he'll get involved in a new plot. Liam remains single for now, but perhaps his life will suffer some romantic updates sooner or laterally. Hope Logan is with Carter Walton for the time being, but Ridge Forrester has made a vaticination about them crashing and burning. Still, maybe she could reunite with Liam down the road, if Carter ends up abhorring Hope like Ridge expects. Also again, Liam and Ivy Forrester might be an option if the show eventually decides to readdress them as a pairing. Indeed, Liam and Steffi Forrester could be a possibility if she hits another rough patch with John Finnegan. Anything is possible in the world of detergents, so we'll see what happens with Liam's romantic future moving forward. Are you glad Liam is returning as Liam Spencer? Who do you suppose Liam should be paired up with coming? Liam has some fresh material coming up, so stay tuned to see what's in store.